Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Brandy. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. So today me and my family are getting ready to go to a trunk or treat at our local library, and I'm taking you guys with me, so come on. So I'm currently in the Dollar Tree because the trunk or treat is free, but they want us to donate canned goods. So I'm about to get 2 mixed veggies and 2 French green beans, because you have to donate a canned good per person. So I'm a family of 4, so obviously I'm getting 4 canned goods to donate for the trunk or treat. So it's been a few days since I last spoke to you guys. I have not spoken to y'all since I took my cinnamon rolls out of the oven and ate one. And that's because when we came home from the trunk or treat, I was down bad. I am sick. So I stayed home with baby boy on Friday because he was sick. He woke up feeling like 80% better on Saturday, but when I woke up on Saturday, I just wasn't feeling too good. Like, I wasn't feeling 100%, but I couldn't really tell if I was sick or if I don't know. So we went to the trunk or treat, and by the time I got back, like, everything just flipped. Like, I was feeling terrible. I had told my husband, I was like, I need to shower after I make this food and these cinnamon rolls. I need to shower and just go crawl up in the bed and be there until the morning time because I don't feel good. And he was like, yeah, you seem like you hadn't been feeling good all day. And he was noticing it, but I was just moving and grooving like I always do. But I have some reading updates because I've been reading I just have not been vlogging because every time I pick up a camera, I'm having a choking spell. So I'm hoping I don't have one during this clip where I'm giving you guys some reading updates. So this is not a dedicated reading vlog. This is just a spend a week with me vlog, kind of, sort of. It's still the top of the week. But I kind of want to give you guys some reading updates because I've been reading. I just have not been vlogging. So I'm still reading The Chain, which is my in-person book club pick for the month of October. I am 186 pages in. There's 39 chapters. When I logged it to my story graph, I think it said I was like 56% in. So I've made this book my cardio book because I am reading 3 books. Well, kind of, sort of. I'm reading multiple books and they're all physical or my ebooks, and I'm not listening to an audiobook this week. So whenever I am juggling like multiple reads that I'm reading with my eyes, I have to give them designated like specific time frames at which I'm going to read them. So I've turned this one to my cardio read because I know I'm working out 5 to 6 days a week. So at least I'll be putting my eyes to this book every single day, 5 to 6 days a week when I'm doing my cardio until I'm finished. I'm hoping to be finished by the weekend, but I don't know. We'll see, because I'm not really feeling good, so I don't know. And then that was one that I checked out from the library. And then when I checked that one out from the library, I also checked out The Wilderness. Now this one is a contemporary fiction novel, and it reads very much like that. I didn't know what genre this was put in, but I mean, obviously it had to be contemporary fiction because of the synopsis. This one is very, very slow, and I've been debating on if I'm going to soft DNF this one and then request the audiobook. The audiobook has a long wait time currently because they only have one in our Libby system for our library. So I'm trying to debate on if I just should thug it out and finish it, or if I should just do a soft DNF and pick it back up when the audiobook becomes available. I don't know. I extended the hold on both of these because I was supposed to be taking them back this weekend, but I'm gonna need them further than that. So now I have both of them to like the end of the month, so we'll see. The Wilderness is about 4 friends: Desiree, Danielle, January, Monique, and Nakia. That's 5 friends. Desiree, Danielle, January, Monique, and Nakia are in their early 20s and at the beginning of their careers, of marriage, of motherhood, and of the big city lives in New York and LA. Together, they are finding their way through the wilderness, that period of life when the reality of contemporary adulthood, overwhelming, mysterious, and full of freedom and consequences, swoops in and stays. So I am very interested in reading this book. It's just because I needed something a little bit faster. I've been debating on if I'm gonna soft DNF it. I want to read it. I actually want to own it because it started off pretty good. We started like the first chapter. Now what does have me kind of confused is the timeline of the chapter, or the timeline of the book, because part 1 starts in 2008, right? And then the second chapter is 2018. And then I'm still in the second chapter because these chapters are 20 pages each, literally. So I'm still in the middle of chapter 2, but I kind of flipped through to see what the name of chapter 3 was. So chapter 3 is 2019. So maybe the first chapter was supposed to be like a prologue or something like that. I don't know. But the first chapter was Desiree. Desiree is kind of a caretaker for her grandfather, and her grandfather is diabetic, and it's getting worse. He's not really taking care of himself as he should, so it's getting worse. And so we're just following the two while she navigates taking care of her grandfather, and some of the decisions that he decides that, you know, he wants to make for his life, considering the physical state that he's in. And so the first chapter is very triggering. I feel like if you've experienced a family member who had diabetes, you know what can happen to them if they're not taking care of themselves. And you guys know I'm really not triggered when I read books, but because I didn't realize that this was going to be the topic in this one, I don't even think it mentions a diabetic in the synopsis. And so I hope you guys don't mind me mentioning that, but I really feel like we should have had some type of trigger warning for that, because I was slightly triggered. I'm from LA, and so I at a young age, I helped take care of my uncle who was a diabetic. He's no longer living. So I was a bit triggered by it. Like, it didn't make me like super sad or anything like that. But the decisions that her grandfather is making kind of made me a little mush. So, and that's not the reason why I want a soft DNF it. Specifically, these chapters are long. Okay, these chapters are 20 pages each. And it's the end of the year. I don't want to read anything slow paced. Like, I just don't. So I don't know. Fall break is coming up. The kids are going to be gone. So I might get some time where I could just sit down and be with this book. That's why I'm not sure. We'll see. I can hold on to it to the end of the month. So we'll see. But I did put a pause on this for now because I am doing a buddy read with my book bestie Tajay. We are finally reading Luca by Gray Huffington. I have the physical book and I did not want to break the spine on this book, y'all. So this book is made a little bit different because she is an indie author and I did not want to break the spine. So good thing Prime Reads had the ebook available. So I've been reading it. I started it yesterday morning at the end of my cardio. So I put the chain down just so that I could tap into this one and see what the vibe is. I'm 29% in and the chapters are about 20 minutes each, but I like how she writes. She writes, it's very simple, so it's very easy to read. It's very easy to fly through. I'm like in the middle of chapter 6 right now, and I really don't want to put the book down. And I guess because the synopsis is very intriguing too. So yeah, I'm really liking it. This is my introduction into Gray, and I've been wanting to read her books for a long time. The only thing I fear is that I'm going to love book 1 so much that I'm not going to want to read anything else, and I'm going to want to just binge her this whole series. That's kind of what I did when I read like Moth to a Flame, Ethic, and Butterfly. Like, I did not stop. I just read them back to back, and for me, that's literally how it has to be when the series is very long, because otherwise I'm not ever gonna finish. Hence, I'm still reading the Magnolia Park series, you know. So that's the only thing I fear, and I don't have the time to really dedicate to this series because I'm running 2 book clubs. So we'll see. But I am in the middle of chapter 6. It says Luca, she's an angel and she doesn't mind dancing with a demon. That's why I move mountains, dry seas, and hydrate the desert if it made her happy. She brought goodness to the world. It was only right that I made it hers, along with the 2 tiny beauties that shared her hazel eyes and perfect smile. For them, I do whatever. For them, I become whoever. Ever, he's a protector and a far cry from the menace they've labeled him. He's just misunderstood. That's why I climbed the highest mountain, crossed the wildest seas, and conquered the desert. If it brought us closer together, he brought so much wholesomeness to the world, it was only right that I made him a part of mine. Along with my 2 minis that shared my story and sentiments. Because of him, we found happiness. Because of him, we found home. Y'all, I'm really liking this story. So far, what I can say is Ever, her best friend is Lyric. And Lyric is the perfect best friend. Lyric is that best friend that everybody literally just needs. Okay? Lyric, she's just perfect. Like, Ever was going through some stuff at the beginning of the book. Like, it popped off at the beginning. She was going through some stuff and Lyric was there. Like, Lyric is one of those friends that she's there for you no matter what, but she's not gonna be in your business. She's not gonna pry. She's not gonna ask you what's going on. She's gonna allow you to do you how you need to do you. But just know that whenever you tap out, whenever you need help, whenever you're ready to start over, she is that person to call on. She's waiting for you. She's waiting for you to call, okay? And she's gonna pull up. And we all love a friend like that. So I feel like I'm just going to eat this book up. I'm gonna eat this book up, and I need to rearrange my shelves because I really want to I really want this shelf to be redone. I really want to display different books, and then my other shelf that I always look at in front of me that has like my fantasy and YA and thriller and stuff. I really want to redo that shelf too. I think I might save that for like the end of the year, beginning of the year type of thing, because I also have a shelf right here that houses all the books that I've been reading this year. It's maxed out. I can't put any more books on there. So I don't know. I think I might need a new shelf. Especially because I want a shelf specifically for all of the books that I've read in that current year. So I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm reading. When I have another update on whatever I'm reading, or if I'm doing something bookish, I'll be back. I feel like I'm gonna start coughing. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next clip.
Don't know when my nights became so complicated. Can't recall my mornings, everything is faded. Maybe this is karma, definition of jaded. This stays on my mind, this stays on my mind. Trying to put a mother on my crazy feelings. For 1 minute I'm calling. I've been all alone. No one left to hold. I've been all alone. No one left to hold.
You guys, so I finally finished Luca by Gray Huffington, and I loved it so much. Okay, I loved it. I've been wanting to tap into Gray's work for a long time. I've already told y'all this. I've been sitting on this book for a long time. I already told y'all this. I'm just so happy that I finally tapped into her catalog. Now, when I rated her book, I put her in her own lane. Like, I didn't compare her to anyone else's writing. I didn't compare her to anybody else's storytelling. I just put her in her own lane. I based it off of how the story made me feel, how I liked and loved the characters, and just basically off the premise in itself. I do know she's an independent author, so her writing style is a little bit different. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but you know, you can tell that she doesn't have all of the resources that your traditionally published author would have. And so I'm not faulting her when I'm rating this book. I'm just not. I'm giving her a fair rating. And y'all, I gave it a 5-star. I gave it a 5-star just based off how the story made me feel. And usually when I'm giving it a 5-star, it's literally based off how the story made me feel. If I can feel every single emotion while I'm reading the book, you're likely gonna get a 5-star. If I didn't feel anything, like the story was good, but I just didn't feel anything, then you're likely not getting a 5-star from me. And y'all, I really enjoyed this story. I could say her writing style is very descriptive. She describes every single thing. She will describe every shade of yellow that the sun is. And so that was something I had to get used to. And so it didn't take me a while to get used to that. I was just like, oh, she's a very descriptive writer. Because I was reading this with my friend, and she was like, yeah, I noticed that too. The spice scenes were a little bit descriptive as well. You guys know how I am. I'm not heavy on spice in my romance novels, but I was able to tolerate the spice in these. I think towards the end, I was skipping like a spice scene or two, simply because it does become overwhelming. Like, I don't need the detail on how they're doing a do. I know how it's done, and honestly, you don't have to put that in the book for me. You can do a off-page little thing and just let me know if the character is pregnant. You know, I know how they got there. But yes, I love this book so much. I enjoyed it so much. I read it in 4 days, which has really been the quickest I've read a book in a long time. Usually it's been taking me 5 to 7 days to complete a book because I have so much going on. But I was eating this book up every opportunity I got. Luckily, Prime had the book on, you know, the ebook, so I was able to read it from my Kindle most of the time. And it was just a really good read. I highlighted and annotated so much, especially for my Goodreads account. The conversation me and my friend had while we were reading, it was very fun. We had a good time with the book. I am continuing the series. The only thing I'm kind of super sad about is that I have to finish the series via audio because I'm not spending $10 an ebook. I'm just not doing it. I'm not spending $10 an ebook. It is $10 an ebook just don't sit well with me. I feel like ebooks should be $5 now. I know she's an independent author, so I get it. So I'm just happy that my library does have all of them in audio. So I will be finishing the series. I've requested all of the rest of the series via audio. I think I have like 6 weeks wait on each one. Which may come sooner, just depending on who's reading it, who's listening to it, whatever. So I'm excited about that. I would have loved to have all of these books for my bookshelf. So I do need to tap into her website just to see what she got going on her website as far as physical books, because I like the covers of these. I like the covers of these books. I just do. So I think they look very pretty on my bookshelf. So yeah, 5-star. I really loved it. I really just need to get Kindle Unlimited so I could just read them on Kindle Unlimited, but I don't have it. I don't want it. So let's not even talk about that in the comments. They okay you. I know. I just don't want the subscription. But yeah, so I had a really, really good time. I was so sad when the book was ending. Like, when I read the epilogue, I was just like, dang, this is really the end. Like, wow, ain't no more. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Y'all let me know if y'all read anything by Gray. I know this is one of her popular series. When I had made my post about tapping into her work and I asked everybody, where should I start everybody said I should start here. So I'm so excited about it. I'm interested in reading all of her work, and that's not very common for me. I have authors that I love that I refuse to go back and read their old stuff. Like, I'm just not going back that far, especially when you hear people review their old stuff, comparing it to their new stuff after they've read their new stuff and say, you know, the writing style has changed, you can tell they've grown, and I don't have time for that. But I feel like her writing style is probably gonna be the same all across the board. So yeah, 5 freaking stars. So yeah, thank y'all so much for sticking around and watching this video. I really do appreciate you guys. We had a fun time doing the library trunk or treat. I just hate that it was so early on in the month. I don't know why our library does it so early like that, but I'm just so happy that we were able to catch it, because the rest of the month we're pretty much booked and busy anyway. But having it like the first week of October is kind of insane. And I'm glad I was able to catch it. Usually when I drive by the library and I see the sign, I see the date and I'm like, dang, I missed it already. But this time we were able to participate, and it was a fun time. The kids had a really good time. They got a lot of candy and just had a lot of fun. So I'm so excited that we were able to check something off of our family fall bucket list. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Don't forget to hype this video up if you get the opportunity to do so. I know some people can't do it from their computers, and I was trying to reach out to YouTube in regard to that, but I haven't gotten an answer. So I'm going to continue to see like why you have to just hype up from the phone. Maybe that's just a feature they have on the mobile. So I don't know. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, ta-ta.